Hi everybody, it's Mark here, Geonet Property and Finance Group, and today I've got one of our first clients in the Barabban. His name's Jarrod. Just wanted to make sure that we get a little bit of his story and a little bit of what the process was, because it's very relevant to make sure that when we're talking to investors all across Australia and Tassie.
I live in Melbourne.
Oh, okay, all right, we'll let you go. But yeah, it's great to have him here. So the process has been for him similar to what it might be for you. There's obvious financial considerations to look into when it comes to investing overseas, and there's some apprehension there, and there's advice given from people that are in your corner as well, and people that you obviously respect as well. And then there was Mark on the phone saying, "Hey, I've got something in Seminyak for you," and it was an interesting conversation between me and you to start with, because you were in a very interesting part of your life where you've just sold some property. Take me through where you sort of were, Jarrod, if you don't mind. What happened at the time, just before I called or just before you responded to one of our ads?
So I'd sold a property, my second property, and I was just looking to invest in property somewhere else.
Right.
I'd heard a lot about Dubai, heard a lot about Bali, Thailand. So yeah, Bali's very close to Australia. So
very close. You've only been here once though, right?
Yeah.
And so we had a conversation just before we started filming, but you were saying that the market had turned well for you. You'd made a good investment in Tassie, right? You were doing well out of the rental there, I guess.
Yeah.
But you've also got your property in Melbourne that you own. Mm-hmm. What happened with the property in Tasmania, and why did you think that it wasn't necessarily going to be a good situation to buy back into Australia at that time?
Property prices have just gone up a lot in Australia.
Yeah.
More than they should. And I sat for a bit, didn't happen. So it was time to look abroad.
Yeah. Okay. But looking abroad is an interesting concept.
Very. Yeah.
Tell me some of the things that were happening before in your mind, because you've come to the realization that Australia's overpriced, right? It takes a big leap of faith and obviously some research to go, I'll check out other markets. How did you get that far as, take me through that process.
My friend in Dubai, actually, so it all started there.
Right.
So, and I trust her a lot. Obviously, you got to have trust.
Yeah.
So I started looking at properties there. That was when I come across, you guys as well.
Right.
So,
and you kind of had a read on Bali a little bit, or what did you heard about Bali?
Look, everyone travels from all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, from as far as Moscow to South America. So it's a very popular destination.
Yeah. And to own a piece of this, what were you expecting? Well, you can go through some of the questions that you asked me. So what were some of the big questions that you asked me?
It was trust. That was the main thing. Yeah. I am a risk taker, but I've taken big risks before and it hasn't paid off.
Right.
So that was my biggest concern, but here I am.
Yeah, so you've had those conversations with people that were about taking a risk overseas, and you'd been to Bali before. But investing in Bali, again, was that leap of faith and to find somebody that you needed to trust, right? I don't know how many calls you made to anybody else around the island, but can you give us some of the major concerns? What were the major concerns?
Just having my money offshore, in a different country. And
and what that process looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
And how do I trust a legal process that I've never been exposed to and have no exposure to anybody that's done it before, right? Mm-hmm. Did you know anybody over here that had done it before?
Not at all.
So this was a leap of faith.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty well.
And you've also got people that are not only the lady that you were talking about that you trust in Dubai, but you also brought another friend who's got real estate background into the actual into the conversations that we had. Mm-hmm. Tell me what happened there.
Look, he was a bit skeptical.
Yeah.
He's more IT, but he was just looking after my interests and But in the end, he was like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. That was great because
He needed to ask a few questions.
And that was great.
Yeah.
Like you needed that person there, but I kind of needed that person there for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I needed that because he asked me some very technical questions. He also wanted to see, how do we get to the ROIs that we're projecting? He was very, very dubious, or how do you say it? Not dubious. He wanted to be thoroughly involved in understanding
the process.
And that was, that's always for our clients, for the first time anyway. What is the process? You're about to take my money or you're not about to take my money because unless I feel good about this, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing was we were able to get you into this project very early. And that being the case, you actually got some of the benefits, first of all, from the capital growth on this project already, if you understand what they're selling for now, and they're still going to increase as the construction goes ahead. What's the feeling like now that you've sort of seen the project and you've been on site?
Oh, no, it's good. Yeah. Very happy.
Very happy that there's some building started already.
Yeah.
That we're also past breaking ground, but we've also upgraded the actual project, right? So that's interesting for you.
Definitely.
What were your thoughts when I broke the news to you? Hey, some of the things have changed, but it's all in your favor.
I was very happy. Yeah.
Well done.
Why wouldn't I be?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's the process that you've gone through, and this is going out to everybody that could be possibly considering the same process with us. What would you say your interactions have been with our office, and how has that progressed as far as your faith and the trust in Geonet as a company?
No, look, everything's been great. Even is it Caroline?
Caroline.
Yeah. She's great. She was answering any questions that I had. So it wasn't just you; it was her as well. Yeah.
And we've got a support team that'll take you through all your contracts. That'll take you through all of the legals part of it, as well as your interest paid during construction. Take me through what that has been like for you as a process.
Well, as soon as I got the first paycheck, that was when I was...
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so...
That's great. But that's not... that's definitely it's a benefit with our premium partners, meaning our premium developers. Our premium developers have to sign up for exactly that, to give back to the investors that are showing faith in the project from the start.
Yeah.
And for us, that's become pretty much our secret sauce. We are set up for the investor first, and I think you'd probably affirm that. Your journey is more important to us than getting the project sold out, and that's why we've put interest paid during construction down. What has been your consideration since you've been here? You've only been here a day, right?
Yeah, I arrived yesterday. Yeah.
You arrived yesterday, and you've already gotten yourself onto a scooter, but you're also here on site. What's your consideration for Bali now? What are the things that sort of came into your mind when you looked around Seminyak?
I'll be coming here more often.
Yeah.
It's so close, even from Melbourne. 5.5 hours? So I'm guessing Darwin's 1 hour away. 1.5.
No, I think it's 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, no, actually, Perth is 3.5 hours, so I think it's 2 hours from Darwin.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But obviously from Melbourne, right? And,
yeah.
We have a lot of clients that have come from Melbourne. In fact, our first client in this project was from Melbourne, and he bought 2 of them, one to live in and one to rent out and live off.
Okay.
So he did very well as you. It's done very, very, very well already. So we're looking forward to showing you more about Bali, but at the same time, could you give us maybe in your own words, what this experience has meant to you, what your experience with Geonet has been, if you were talking to people who were considering the same process?
Give it a go. Yeah.
You can say that confidently?
Definitely.
We really appreciate that. We really do. This is what we work for.
Yeah.
This is what we work really hard for, is to make sure that, first of all, while you're here, you can see it in the making, but many, many months before, and we've been now in contact, 6-7 months?
Yeah. Yeah.
6-7
At
months.
least, yeah.
Yeah. And so for all of that process, you got some updates all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
And we want to make sure that you're getting up to. For us, this is a very, very big excitement. But for you, it must be 10 times more exciting because you've gone and trusted somebody overseas. Mm-hmm. So we really appreciate that. And I just wanted to thank you, first of all, for trusting me and for grilling me and for getting the right people in your team that care for you.
Yeah.
It's very important. I would hate to see anybody making these decisions without the right people in their corner. But at the same time, you have a team at Geonet that are hospitality backgrounded, but also real estate backgrounded. We've got our in-house finance team. We've got our in-house accountants. We've got an in-house and external legals for all of our clients. Mm-hmm. We're about to move into our new offices, which are just around the corner. So we're going to have all of that network of people from Australia also be represented in our Bali office just here in Seminyak. So it's going to be fun for us to have you back, and hopefully you call us your headquarters when you get here, because we plan on making sure that you have all of the access to all of these services. Now that you're an investor, we'd like to make sure that your journey is as much a part of our journey as anything else can be, and we really have a model that is based on your success.
Yeah,
it's really important for us. We have a reputation here. We want to just keep getting better and better and better results for our clients. And you heard from Jarrod's mouth, give it a go, right? Yeah. And the interest paid during construction payments, that's been coming on time as well.
Yeah, I got my first payment, so
great.
Yeah, I thought I'd come over and check it out.
Yeah, awesome. And so we're making sure that everybody gets the same opportunity in this project as well as other projects. Just check us out online. Inquire if you'd like to. We can always do a one-on-one Zoom with you or just sort of send you some information. But there are consultants here that want to make sure that your journey as an investor into Bali is smooth, really, really smooth. And we've produced some very, very, very good opportunities in projects around Bali, not just in Seminyak, that we'd like to show you. So if you are wanting to put your money and your equity to use, we're already getting great results. We've got great clients in, and thanks for being part of this journey, bro.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you. Thanks, mate.
Thanks.